Okie dokie. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Yoga Church. It is April 27th, 2025. Oh! And today I'd like for you to have, if you have access to it, a block and a blanket. We're going to spend the latter half of the class doing some seated deep stretches. And I think it's nice to have a blanket or some kind of a cushion to elevate your hips. And also during the practice, we're going to do some reverse lunging and using our knees quite a bit. So I'm going to put a blanket down across the middle of my mat so I can cushion my tender little patellas, but you do you. And then we'll use a block, of course, as well to sit on. And our topic today is stability, security, connection. And also we're weaving that into the niyama of the week, which is Svadhyaya. And Svadhyaya is the fourth of the 5 niyamas. And it's translated, it's broken down to mean like self-study. And I used to always just think of that as like, you know, there's a lot of articles and teachings online that talk about to practice self-study, Svadhyaya, is like really diving into literature, not literature necessarily, but like spiritual books, teachings that you've, hang on a second. Sorry, I have a dog up here today. Teachings that will bring you into a deeper knowledge of yourself, maybe therapy, things like that. But you know, I've come across teachings that invite us to go further and actually look at it from the perspective of what is yoga really about, which is connection. Right. I mean, yoga means union, right? A connection means union. So when we look at it that way, we think about the powerful connections of energy that exist on all the levels, like the connection between ourselves, but also connection between seemingly distant events or separate events. So when I'm thinking about how to bring this connection and svadhyaya into a yoga practice, an asana practice in particular, I think about asana, or let me back up. I think about yoga as a method for personal and spiritual development. And as we go farther into the 8 limbs of yoga, you'll see that the final limbs are all about going within, going internal, concentration, focus, meditation, because ultimately we're looking for self-actualization, self-realization. And when it comes to Svadhyaya, I think really that's the goal. It's reading spiritual books are certainly helpful in that on that level, but Svadhyaya to me is planting the seed that, hey, you're going to need to get quiet. We're going to need to get quiet. We're going to need to listen to that still small voice within. We're going to need to start really peeling away the layers of ourselves. And if that takes spiritual books and therapy and other outside sources, absolutely go for it. We need that as well. So there's a lot more that I could say about it, but we have a very limited amount of time. So I want you to begin in Virasana, which is sitting on your shins, on your knees. I'm going to sit on a block. I'll show you from behind. So if you'd like to utilize a prop, sit the block widthwise so that both sitting bones are connected to the block. Have your knees, shins, and tops of your feet on the floor. If that's a killer on your ankles or your feet, find another position that will be appropriate for you. Once you get down into a seated position, I'm going to have you draw your ring finger and pinky fingers in, just fold them in towards your palm, place the pads of your thumb over your fingers, your ring and pinky finger, make a peace sign with index and middle, and bring the peace fingers, the pads of your peace fingers to the floor. Okay. Line up ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, I encourage you to close your eyes. Svadhyaya is literally turning our attention inward, observing, discovering, reflecting, and understanding what makes us tick, And then even deeper, unblocking the energetic channels that might be clogged. Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. So tap into the rhythm of your breath. No specific length or duration, just inhaling, exhaling from your nose. As you inhale, silently say to yourself for the length of the inhalation the word so, S-O, so. When you exhale, silently say to yourself the word hum, H-U-M, hum. Breathing in, so. Breathing out, hum. Lengthen the words to match the breath, breathing in, so. And breathing out, silently saying hum. After your next exhalation, you can release the mantra. And keep fingertips to the floor, index and middle fingers. So means I am. Hum means all that is. And consider the waves in the ocean. Each wave is its own unique, separate entity based on time, place, weather, but yet it's still part of the vast ocean. And likewise, in yogic philosophy, we are unique pieces of energy with our own distinct personalities, tastes, traits, doshas. Yet we are all part of this unified field of consciousness. I want you to bring your palms together. Good. And you can open your eyes, connect your fingers, please. Spin your palms forward, take your arms up. Press up through the mound of your index fingers. Oh. Lean a little to the right and a little to the left. Good, and come back up. Bring your hands to your heart once again, and we're gonna change the interlace, still maintaining connection through the webbing of our fingers. Spin your palms forward once more, take your arms up. As you push up through the mounds of your index fingers, draw your pinky fingers back. And let's go a little to the right. Belly firm. And a little to the left. Oh. And good, lifting up. And breathing hands. Bringing hands to your heart, good. Let's sweep the arms out and up. If your legs are killing you, change positions, please. And exhale, arms float down. Good, and two more times as you inhale and sweep the arms out and up. Stay anchored, stay rooted through your feet, ankles, shins, and knees, or any other parts and pieces of you that are in contact with the floor. Arms come down. Good, and once more, inhale, arms come up. Now you're going to take your left fingertips to the floor and arc over to the left, right arm over your right ear. Feel the floor beneath all pads of your left fingers. And then when you breathe in, lift yourself up. Then we're going to go over to the right, taking the right fingertips to the floor, establishing a firm connection through the pads of the fingertips, staying grounded, rooted. And we're going to do this one more time. Both arms come up as you breathe in. Stay rooted in the sit bones, but lift through the fingertips and the side ribs. Arc over to the left on the exhale. Fingertips finding contact, stability, security with the floor. Rising up when you're ready. And side bending over to the right. As you press right fingertips into the floor, maybe you lean into that left sitting bone a little bit. And then both arms come up as you breathe in. This time we're going to twist, easy, gentle twist to the left. You can bring right hand to your left leg, maybe fingertips to the floor, or maybe left hand just comes to your left heel. And then rising up on the inhale, sweeping your arms up, getting long through your spine. And a gentle, easy twist to the right. Just a little WD-40 for the spine to get us awake, to get some motion, lotion in the vertebrae. And then once more from side to side. Good. Left and then right. And rising up with the arms, breathing in. And bring your palms together, breathing out. Hands down to your heart. Okay, so if you're comfortable staying in Virasana, I'm going to have you stay in Virasana. Otherwise, come on to into a cross-legged position or sit up on a cushion. I'm going to have you step your right foot forward. And then bring your right ankle to your left thigh. Okay. And then from here, you're just going to give your right foot a little bit of a massage. The pads of your thumbs are going to move up and down the sole of the foot. Your other fingers are going to massage the top of your foot, just like you're kneading dough. It's checking in with the four corners of your feet, noticing your arches, observing any calluses. Where do you put your weight throughout the day? Good. I want you to take a hold of your big toe and give it a gentle twirl. Just kind of twirl it around in the toe socket and a little pull. Second toe, a little twirl on the toe socket and a gentle pull. Keep going. This is a condensed version of a really terrific foot massage sequence. We're going to skip a couple pieces of it just for the sake of time. And once you get to your pinky toe and you give it a little twirl and a little pull, you'll then make a fist with your left hand. And these knuckles, you're going to gently move them up and down, kind of like the ridge, like a ridge back. You're going to move the knuckles of the left hand up and down the sole of your foot. Go across. Long ways, go lengthwise and widthwise. Make sure you get down to the heel. Excellent. From here, pick up your right ankle with both hands. And then really as loose as you can, shake your right foot. Let the foot be loosey-goosey, loosey, and then step your right foot down. Wiggle your toes. Fantastic. And then you're going to sweep your right shin back, right foot back, left foot steps forward. Anytime you need to change positions, you go for it. Pick your left foot up, set your ankle to the top of your right thigh, and here we go, foot massage. How pliable, how supple can we make the skin and the fascia, the connective tissue that lies just underneath the skin? How supple can we get this to be in the feet. Woo! Feet are literally the furthest things from our minds until something goes wrong. Good, now you're gonna twirl big toe in the toe socket and give it a little pull. And keep moving. After you've done your twirl, you make a fist with your right hand, and you're gonna glide your knuckles up and down, across. Waking up the energy, waking up the prana of the foot. Foot is pada in Sanskrit, so this could be like prana pada, pada prana. Excellent. You're going to pick your foot up by the ankle with both hands and then shake. Set your foot down. Wiggle your toes. Wonderful. Come onto your hands and your knees, please. From hands and knees, tap into your breath and give yourself 3 cat-cows. Ooh, breathing in, arching. Breathing out, rounding, bringing your chin to your chest. Good. 3 times. After your 3rd round, drop back to child's pose, please. Good. And pull yourself forward to staff as you inhale. Downward dog as you exhale. Good. Come to your hands and your knees, please. Once again, gonna have you keep your right toes tucked and point your left toes back, and you're gonna drop back into child's pose, resting your right hip towards your right heel. Stay for an extra breath. Notice what you feel. Pull yourself forward to staff, tucking left toes, and then downward facing dog. Returning to hands and knees. And now you'll point your right toes back, keep your left foot flexed, your left toes tucked, drop back into child's pose. The feet are asymmetrical. And check in. Yoga is a study of the self, a study of the connection to the self. How does this foot differ? And pull yourself forward to staff, tucking right toes. And then downward facing dog. Okie dokie, we're going to do this one more time. This time both toes get tucked. Come to your hands and your knees. You can give yourself a little cow if you'd like. Both toes tucked. As you drop back into child's pose, resting to your heels, notice if one heel or both heels want to torque out. See if you can keep the heels lined up in the same plane as the balls of your feet. Fantastic. Beautiful. Come forward to staff. And then downward facing dog. Excellent. And from dog pose, I want you to come to your knees. I'm going to introduce lean backs. You come to the knees. Lift yourself up, standing on your knees and shins, tuck your toes, take your arms forward, draw the shoulders back, belly firm. You're going to make a straight line as you lean back, straight line from your knees to the crown of your head. Beautiful work for the quads. And then exhale, come forward. You can bring your arms down. We're going to do that 2 more times, just experiment with it. We're going to incorporate these later in the practice. Arms forward. Begin to lean back. Good. Now, if you'd like, you can come to your heels and then lift yourself up, right? So that's a regression. We lean back, drop to your heels, and then sit yourself up, okay? So a progression would be leaning back and then bringing yourself forward. Requires big time quadriceps strength. We're gonna go one more time. Leaning back, straight line from your knees to your head. Either drop to your heels and sit yourself back up or pull yourself forward. Easy does it. Beautiful. Hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Excellent. From downward dog, bring your right foot forward, please. Stay on the ball of your left foot. And here's where your block might come into the picture. You can bring your block to the inside of your right foot. Both hands to your block. And then you're just going to pulse forward and back a few times. Sliding the right knee forward an inch or two as you really stretch the sole of your back foot. Mobilizing the fascia, mobilizing connective tissue. Great. Now you're going to spin your back heel down. Good. Make a quarter turn to the left, and we're going to do 2 lateral lunges. Moving into your left knee, left hip. Right knee, right hip. You take your time gliding from side to side, waking up the AD, adductors. When you get into your right knee, right hip again, you're going to pause. And make a quarter turn to the right, turning the right toes forward. You can use your block again if you'd like, setting the block to the inside of your right foot. Breathing in, look forward. And then straighten the right leg as you exhale, pulling the hips back. Notice where you go on your right foot. Do you roll over to the outside edge? Breathing in, glide the right knee forward, look forward. Breathing out, draw the hips back, straightening the right leg. One more time. Inhaling and glide forward. And exhaling, draw the hips back, pause here. Anchor your weight down through the 4 corners of your right foot, particularly the mound of the big toe. Great. If you're using a block, place your block to the outside of your right ankle. I propose on its tallest height. Right hand to the block, left hand to your waist. Stay anchored and grounded through your feet, strong in your legs, and slowly roll your left shoulder back. If it feels right, take your left arm up for triangle pose. Strong and stable in the legs. Where are you on your right foot? Bring your left hand to your waist. Invite your right knee to bend and glide forward. Good. Set your block to the side. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Square the back heel and back you go. Whew. Moge doge, left foot steps forward. Remain on the ball of your back foot. I like to have a block to the inside of the left foot. And then here we go, just a few pulses forward and back. Observing how the right foot moves differently than the left. And you're going to spin your back heel down. Turn your left toes in, and we'll do 2 lateral lunges. Moving into the right knee, right hip. Left knee, left hip. Right knee, right hip. When you get into that left knee, left hip on that second round, you're going to pause just for a beat. And then we're going to turn left toes forward. Here we go with the block again. Breathing in, we look forward, fingertips to the block. Breathing out, draw the hips back. Stretching the top of the left foot ankle. Breathing in, glide the left knee forward. Thanks, babe. Go on, bulldog. He's getting restless. And breathing out, hips go back, stretching, straightening the left leg. Where does your weight go on that left foot? 2 more times, breathing in. Glide the knee forward, look forward. Keep that back leg strong and static. Breathing out, stretch, straighten left leg. Good, one more time. And we'll all meet with the left leg straight. Fan your weight out over all 4 corners of the left foot. Find that connection to earth, to ground. Bring the block to the outside of your left ankle. Right hand to your waist. And you begin to roll the right shoulder back. Easy does it as we open the sternum, open the chest into triangle pose. Maybe right arm goes up. That's up to you. Our focus today is primarily staying grounded, rooted. So I'd like the emphasis to be on the feet, the steadiness of the legs, the stability of the lower limbs. Excellent. Right hand to your waist. Left knee bends. Ooh la la. Good. Set the block to the side. Come onto your fingertips. Pick your right heel up so the hips are square. Now listen, you're going to step forward. Woo! Oh boy. Roll yourself all the way up. Making your way to Tadasana, mountain pose. And we're going to pause in mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. If you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. And I want you to check in. Turn your attention inwards, Svadhyaya. Notice your energy. Observe your pulse. Watch your breath. Mind your mind. And bring your arms down, open your eyes. Okay, here's where the blanket might come in handy. I'm going to take the blanket and just place it in the middle of my mat for my knees. Okay. Reverse lunges. Great for the hamstrings, glutes, low back, and maintaining suppleness and mobility in the ankles, feet, and toes, right? We're going to start with hands to heart. Shift your weight into your left leg. Pick your right knee up, and then slowly take your right foot back. Come to the toes. So you're in a lunge, yeah? Gently bring your right knee down to the floor. Pause. Feel this great stretch in the quadriceps, the hip flexors. Bring your left knee to the floor next to your right. So here we're going to pause. You can stay just like this, or take your arms forward and give yourself a lean back. Breathing in. Woo! Pull yourself forward, breathing out. Hands to your heart. Nice. Right foot steps forward. Anytime you want to bring your fingertips to the floor for balance, you go for it. Left toes tuck. Serious tuck. You're going to straighten your left leg, lifting yourself into a lunge. Nice. Feel those hamstrings. Yes. Step left foot forward. Beautiful, y'all. Shift your weight into your right leg. Take your left knee up and softly step your left foot back, landing in a lunge. Arms can go out anytime. Left knee slowly makes its way to the floor. Yeah. Right knee comes down to the floor. Keep the toes tucked. Here we go. Option. Arms forward, lean back. Holy smokes. Come forward. Return your hands to the heart. Step your left foot forward. Right toes have to do a serious tuck. And when you're ready, straighten the right leg, lifting yourself up into a lunge. Gorgeous. Step your right foot forward. Nice. That was one round. We're doing two more. Okay, a little option if you'd like. You can keep hands to the heart, or breathing in, take your arms up as you bring your right knee up. Give yourself a moment of balance. Step back with the right toes and bring the right knee down. Bring your arms forward as you bring your left knee back. Pause here or give yourself a lean back. Remember the option, you can always sit to the heels and lift yourself up. Right foot steps forward. As you tuck the left toes and you straighten the left leg, take your arms up into a lunge, Anjaneyasana. Now here's where we're going to experiment with balance again if you want to. Stand up strong on your right leg, lift your left knee to your chest and bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Now the knee is lifted, take the left foot back and the arms go up into a lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lower the left knee to the floor. Bring your right knee to the floor. Either stay here, you can bring hands to heart, or take arms forward for a lean back. Remember, you can come to your heels and then sit yourself up. Step your left foot forward. Arms rise, right toes tuck, lift your right knee into Anjaneyasana, a high lunge. Step your right knee up to your chest as you bring your hands to your heart, and then step your right foot down. Okay, you got a lot of options in there. We're going to go one more time, and then the rest of the class is going to be a deep, stretchy love fest. Here we go. Put your weight in your left leg. Right knee up. Right foot back. Right knee down. Oh, so strong. Left knee back. Now you really want to challenge yourself? Take your toes, point your toes back for the lean back. Much harder with your feet flat, the tops of your feet on the floor, than on your, with your toes tucked. Holy cow. Oh my Lord. Take your right foot forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your arms, bring yourself up into a high lunge. You're going to stand strong on that right leg, bring your left knee up to your chest, a moment of balance, and then the left foot goes back. Left knee comes down. This is it, y'all. Last one. Bring your arms forward as you take your right knee back. Either toes tucked or feet flat, or skip this part. Lean back. And come forward. Left foot forward. As the right toes tuck, the arms rise up. Lift yourself up into a high lunge. And then stand strong on that left leg as you bring your right knee to your chest, balancing for a moment on the left foot, left leg, and then right foot down, hands to your heart. Bring the base of your thumbs all the way to your sternum. Eyes closed, or just looking steady down the bridge of your nose. And turn your awareness inward. Where does your mind go with the shift in the practice? What's the chatter like upstairs? How's the weather? Notice the fluctuations of energy, pulsings, the tidal volume of your breath. Bring your arms down. Really nice, everyone. Gonna have you take your blanket, if you're using one. If you're using one, have it folded like this, would be my preference, but you do you. And then I'm gonna fold it twice, so I have a long, narrow rectangle. Okay. And then we're gonna come down onto the belly. Okay, now if you're using a blanket, I'm gonna show you this, and then you can determine what's gonna work for you. You come down to your belly, forehead to the floor, and I'm gonna have you slide this blanket across your mid back. I'd like it to be connected to your low ribs. So it might be at your waist, but also in your low ribs. And then, pull that blanket fairly tight over your back. And then you might just put your hands to the edges, hold on to the edges of the blanket so that it's got a little bit of pressure. Depending on how big your blanket is, you might take your arms to your sides and kind of pin the blanket to your sides a little bit, like I'm doing. And then we're just going to keep forehead to the floor. And I'm going to have you take 5 deep breaths, and I want you to fill this blanket with your breath. Fill the back, fill the sides. Breathing into the blanket like you're blowing up a balloon. If you don't have a blanket and you want to do this practice down the road this week, you can take a strap or a belt or a necktie and just drape it over your mid-back, over your ribs, and kind of tamp it down, pin it down, and breathe into the strap, breathe into the belt. When you finish your 5 breaths, come up onto your forearms. And we're going to hang in Sphinx pose. Forearms on the floor. An option that I played with this morning that I liked, taking the blanket off my back. And then I put my elbows up on the blanket. So it just contributes to a little more height, a little more extension in the spine. And I felt a little more of sensation in the hip flexors. Those are the muscles along the front of your pelvis, the front of your hip. So if that feels okay, you can try the blanket. But if you feel any compression in your low back or any discomfort or agitation, skip it. Just come and do a gentle, easy Sphinx pose, right? So one of the beautiful things about our asana practice is that it can really bring us into a place of cultivating Svadhyaya, because we've got to, like, we don't have to, but we're encouraged, hopefully, to discover, to unpack, to bring awareness to sensation. Assessing, reflecting, coming to understanding of our body's experience in this realm, in this human realm. And then making the best decisions available with the information available to us, right? We're going to take one more breath in Sphinx pose. After which I'll have you pull yourself up onto hands and knees and either remain on hands and knees, or you can take a little detour into child's pose, but drop back gently if you're going to go to Balasana. Good. And then you'll lift yourself up. We're going to come into Upavishta Konasana, which is a seated, wide-legged forward bend. So blanket, I would sit on the edge of a blanket or a pillow platform if you have one available. You're going to take your legs wide into a wide V. And once you get your legs wide, don't rush. You'll bring fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips. And I want to be completely transparent. For the first, 5 years that I practiced yoga, this is how I practiced this shape. My broken and battered body was absolutely resistant, isn't even the appropriate word. It was just 100% against folding forward. Okay. So this can be your spot, and this is completely legal and absolutely appropriate. If you'd like to come forward, hands can come out front. You can begin to bring your sternum towards the floor. You've got to be mindful, obviously, of what's happening in the inner thighs and the low back, in and around your sacrum. Bring your awareness to the ways in which your legs are connected to the mat, from your heels all the way up to your sit bones, and allow your attention to wander up and down the left leg and up and down the right leg. Noticing any differences. If your hands are out front, I want you to walk your hands up towards your pelvis. Good. And then cut yourself a little slack. I want you to bend your right knee and bring your right heel towards your pelvic floor as you drop your right knee out to the right. If you need to shift around a little bit, go for it. You're going to bring fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips. Once again, give yourself a deep inhalation. And as you exhale, you're going to get a little shift, a little turn to the left, and then begin to walk your hands down either side of the left leg. Good. We're in no race, and we're in no rush. There's no place that you have to be in this shape. Other than assessing, connecting, accepting, what's happening in your jaw. And begin to walk your hands up either side of your left leg, moving very slow. A lot of big stretchy happening in the right lower back. Good. And let yourself shift back to center. And pull your right knee up. And you're going to take your right leg out to the right, left knee up, left heel comes to the area of the pelvic floor. Good. Drop the left knee down, fingertips to the floor, get some length in your spine, and then a little turn to the right on the exhale and start to walk your hands down either side of your right leg. And you can just hold on to the sides of your knee, your calves, your shin, maybe the ankle or the foot. Again, we're not chasing anything. We're just bringing some good stretchiness to the low back. If you're familiar and or comfortable with Ujjayi pranayama, that's that slight ocean sound, ocean wave sound to the breath with a very gentle constriction to the back of the throat. You can incorporate Ujjayi as a way to give your mind something to focus on, a way to slow the breath down, a way to bring into your awareness the metaphor that you're like a wave. And part of this vast, vast ocean. Your breath is energy. You are energy. And we are all connected. through this vast energetic field. Walk your hands up either side of your right leg. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So both knees will bend. Soles of the feet will come together. Knees will drop apart. Heels can be close. Heels can have plenty of distance between the heels and the pelvic floor. We don't need to bow forward unless you'd like to. But what I would like you to emphasize just for about 30 seconds is bringing your thumbs to the soles of your feet, massaging up and down the soles of your feet. And then with your thumbs at the balls of your feet, open your feet as though you're opening a book. You're welcome to keep the spine elevated, or if you'd like to fold forward, that is completely up to you. Spread your toes. Take a moment to honor the foundation of your temple. Good. Close your book, your foot book, as it were. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees, and one knee at a time, lift up. If you've got your block, take your block between your knees just to give your inner legs some connection, some connectivity, stability, security. Wrap your right forearm around the front of your knees and an easy twist to the left. Easy does it. No big moves, no forcing. Unwind your spine. Bring your left forearm across your knees, right fingertips to the floor behind you. And move yourself slowly into a twist to the right, hugging the block with your knees, hugging the block with your thighs. Yoga is union. Find the union, your feet to the floor, your sit bones to the cushion, the block between your knees, the connection between your left forearm and your legs, the connection right fingertips to the floor, the connection to your breath, the connection to your yoga posse, your online community. Terrific. Let's unwind. Easy does it. We're going to finish with meditation. If you prefer to come down for Shavasana, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, I will encourage you to once again find Virasana, sitting on your block or sitting in some other shape that suits your body. Once again, we're going to incorporate what's called Bhu Mudra, B-H-U, Bhu. Bhu is the word, another term for earth or Mother Earth. So you've got the ring and pinky finger coming in towards the palm, gently closing that with the pad of your thumb. Peace fingers find their way to the floor. You can do this lying down, that's fine. You can do it sitting up. You can utilize this if you're in a business meeting. Just put your peace fingers on your lap. Eyes are closed. Svadhyaya. Judith Hansen Lassiter defines Svadhyaya as remembering to be aware. using the niyamas as actions and attitudes that we cultivate to overcome the illusion of separateness, which is what ultimately causes the suffering. We need look no further than our phones or the TV screen or the newspaper to see this separateness and suffering in action. Begin to bring in the so hum mantra, inhaling silently, saying so for the length of the in-breath, exhaling the sound hum for the length of the out-breath. Release the mantra on your next exhale and place your hands to your lap. I am that. I am all that is. I am part of this globe. I am part of this community. I am part of the energy that connects each and every one of us, all living, breathing beings. Our work on the mat and on the cushion is to peel away the layers of divisiveness, the layers of separateness, the layers of fear. Opening up to connection, to union, to yoga. Bring your two palms together. Take the base of your thumbs to your forehead. Unified mind. Bring fingertips down to your lips. Unified in our speech and in our expression. And place your hands to your heart. Unified in both body and spirit. Thank you.